Welcome to Food and Loathing. If your favorite deadly sin is gluttony, you have come to the right place. If it's lust, I gotta warn you, I'm happy to talk dirty to you, but you'd probably have a better time on OnlyFans. Don't worry, however, if you get hungry afterwards, we will still be here, and we will help you fill that appetite.
Absolutely.
By we, I mean myself, Al Mancini, and my co-host, Gemini Stevens. And when I say we'll be here, this week I'm referring to Casa De Juliette or Juliette. I'm going to find out the proper pronunciation in the center of the show when Anthony Jameson joins us out here. So we're excited about that. We're here at this great, amazing Casa De Juliette, I suppose, just a Mexican restaurant here in Centennial Hills. I always have fun. Gemini, I drive through Centennial Hills, and I'm like, is Centennial Hills just one giant fucking strip mall? Is it like they just built like the world's biggest strip mall? It's like the Mall of America, but outside or something?
I would use the term outdoor mall, but yes. Because a strip mall to me, especially in Vegas, kind of intones other things going on, a little more seedy maybe, which, yay, all for it, but that's not what's happening up here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I never feel like I don't know where people live out here. I really don't, because I'm always just passing car dealerships and pizza places and malls and Walmarts
well, so
or
what
whatever.
I find interesting is every time I've been here, which I think I'm counting up to 6 or 7 now, I feel like the GPS, because I'm shit at remembering certain things. I'm a landmark person and all that. Anyway, it's taken me 6 or 7 different ways.
Oh, yeah.
I've been through neighborhoods and apartment complexes and straight off of Durango today, and I've come down the opposite direction.
This whole fucking Northwest, right? It's like whenever I would come up here to see my friends Leanne and John, who lived up here a long time ago, my friend Rick Moonen, who lives up here, right? Mike, every single time, GPS is like, take the 15, and I take the 15 or take the 215, I take it all the way, and then the next time it's like, take the 15 this time, or take this. Usually, it gives me a different road going home, a different freeway. And this is Las Vegas. We have like 3 fucking freeways, right? And yet, every time, like on the way out to Centennial Hills, I'm on one freeway, and then on the way back home, I'm on another motherfucking freeway. I don't understand, but
I think today's was the simplest route. I got on Summerlin Parkway. I took 95 north. I got off at Durango. I made a right on Farm Road, and bam, here we are. Like, it really was that simple. I can remember that.
Well, Centennial Hills is so hopping, man. And for the longest time, there was absolutely nothing up here. Like, literally, I mean, there was Letitia, right, who was in this space, I think, where we're sitting right now for the longest time. And even she was like, I got to move to another neighborhood. And these guys were so underserved. And then recently, really quality restaurateurs have been coming up to Centennial Hills. I mean, I love that they've got With Love Always is up here now, you know, and of course they've got a Sorry Not Sorry up here as well. But there are things that open, even like Born and Raised, which was always a good video poker bar in my neighborhood. I know they opened one up here. But I think the entire idea of this most recent bump in it being exciting to dine in Centennial Hills can be attributed to the opening of this restaurant we're sitting in right now. I think it really put a big stamp on this neighborhood.
Yeah. I know people that would never come up here until they came here. Literally, this building to eat this food. And they love the atmosphere, they love the vibe, and it has introduced them to more of an area they might not otherwise go visit.
Yeah, so I'm very excited. Happy that Anthony's going to be coming out and joining us. Really cool. By the way, shout out to Rich Johnson in Seattle putting this entire episode together.
We love you, Rich.
He's a big part of the show. If we don't mention him, then he'll make me sound like Mickey Mouse or something. No, we love you, Rich, and we miss you here in Vegas. Good show today, man. Great show today.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing show. I don't know. You got to be excited, most excited about every show, right? Every show, it's got to be the best show you ever fucking did. So the best show we ever fucking did today, in addition to Anthony Jameson, who's going to tell us all about this great restaurant. And we also have, who else we have? Andrew Morgan, Happy Hour Vegas, is going to be back with some of his favorite Arts District happy hours. We have interviews with Chef Dan Thompson, as well as their marketing rep, Donny Thompson, over at D'Agostino's. Spoke to them at the grand reopening party, which was great. We have Circa's VIP services manager, Oceana Clemens, is going to tell us about Legacy Club's Bourbon and Blues event. Lyle Tolhurst of Eiffel Tower coming up with some F1 deals to share. And the SunCoast's Pearl Brecia is going to tell us about the reopening of Dupar's after its recent renovations.
Oh, my goodness.
A shit ton of fucking interviews. You Go look in one of those other newspapers or magazines that says they have food coverage. How many of them get you all those interviews in one fucking week?
Right?
Nobody. Goddamn nobody. We're the best. Before we start any of that, however, we'd like to tell you about where we have been dining. Gemini, I know you've been back and forth all over. You're a citizen of the world. You're going to fucking Nashville and Oklahoma, which are pretty far apart, I guess, in my mind of places to go. But anyway, where have you dined in Vegas recently?
Honestly, since we chatted, I haven't. I left that night. So,
damn.
So I'm going to defer to you and use my time to really chat up Anthony when he gets on.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for coming back to record this.
Absolutely.
It's always great when we can do this in person. So, and I do have some good shit to talk about. D'Agostino's Trattoria has reopened after, and they were closed for a while, renovating, knocking out a wall, building a bigger place. Threw a great party to celebrate. Actually, I think they threw a couple different parties, but I got invited to I think was the A-list party.
Nice.
I know, I never get invited to the fucking A-list party. I'm like a D-list party guy, right? Sometimes C for food events. So no, but I was there. Golden Pipes was there.
Cool.
Gary Lawless was there. My friend Vic Vegas was there.
Yeah, we love Vic.
A whole bunch of people we know were there. One of the cool parts is, I mean, for me, because, I like to collect the little honors that you can get
Of
in
course.
this. I mean, I'm not talking about like Silver State Writing Awards or Nevada Press Association, any of that shit. I'm talking about the cool shit. Like I have a shrunken head at the Golden
was gonna
Tiki,
say the community
right?
type awards.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And the wonderful people at D'Agostino's, they got Neil Portnoy, fantastic caricaturist here in Las Vegas. He did a wall of fame for them, kind of like, I guess, the Palm, right? The Palm Steakhouse, known for that kind of shit. So there's an entire wall of fame. I'm on it.
I love it.
I mean, I got to admit, I think if you're doing caricatures, I'm probably the easiest assignment because I am a motherfucking caricature. My driver's license photo is a fucking caricature. Really? You could just put that up on a wall. But Neil is so fucking talented, man. I love what he did. I felt really cool. I'm very close to the center of the wall. I'm better positioned than John Curtis's photo. That's all that really matters. Yeah, you can fucking tell him I said that too. No, man, great people up there, though. There really were. John's up there. Congratulations to John. Lots of other really cool people up on that wall. I'm up on the wall. I'm going to be looking over your shoulders while you fucking dine there.
Love it.
Try to look away. I don't want to make you sick. But really, really cool party. And we had a lot of fun. I spoke to Dan, Chef Dan, and I asked him to kind of tell us about the renovations, the party, everything that's going on there.
This is the pulse. This is the culture that makes the Agostino's what it is. It can look fancy, it can look pretty, the food's great, but without the people, it's an empty shell. This is what we strive to do every day.
And the people here tonight for the opening, I mean, you've got writers, you've got artists, you have very important politicians. I mean, like, you have some journalists, which we're not that important, but whatever. You got a lot of really important people here tonight, and that's really the crowd, though, that comes here, right?
There's the belief in the belief system and the just the approach that doesn't matter who you are, what you do for a living. As soon as you walk through that door, you're a VIP, you're an A-lister, you're the top, you're the elite, you're the biggest royalty. We treat everybody the same, and that's why everybody has such a great time here, and that's why we're doing this wonderful. I can't wait to see what happens the next 10 years.
And then one more interview while I was there. I was with Donny Thompson, who is kind of a relative, but he also does a lot of their marketing and that. And he's a friend of mine as well, good guy. So here's what he had to tell me.
This has been a labor of love for the whole family. We have a lot of people here that are just doing some really, really hard work. And it's so great to see everything really pay off. We've got the great bartenders. We've got fantastic food. The people here are just fabulous. And as you know, this has kind of always been one of those, if you know or know places, where people come in and you're like sitting there and you're like, holy cow, I'm sitting around with some really incredible people.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And there's amazing people here tonight.
And we're really excited. We have the Portnoy Gallery, and you're on it.
I know. I was blown away by that, man. I'm thrilled. I love it. I feel like I am easy work for a caricaturist, but he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, we love everything that Neil does, and we're really glad that we brought him out from his gallery and made this the first place outside of his gallery to have a place for the artists here in town.
Well, I feel honored, so thank you very much for including me. Can you tell people what the big changes are to the restaurant?
Well, the biggest change, obviously, is that we've doubled the size of the restaurant. You remember there were only 12 tables here at first. And it was funny because when we gutted the place, Chef Dan looked around and he said, this place hasn't changed in 35 years. It was a pizza place and a sandwich shop. When Chef Piero came in with Cafe Chloe, they didn't change anything. They kept everything exactly the same. And when Dan and Brandy bought it and turned it into D'Agostino's Trattoria, same thing. They just kept everything as it was. And so when he gutted it, they said, you know what, this is the first time. So the first thing he did was he broke a plate to issue in the new chapter.
Okay, so congrats to Agostino's. By the time you guys hear me again, I will have dined there because I'm fucking I don't crave Italian food very often. Like, to me, Italian food is just a go-to food, right? Like, it's good, and but unless I'm going to like a Vetri, like crazy over the top, Italian food's a staple to me. It's not something that I crave, but just being back in that building, I really liked Agostino's. Yeah. They do familiar dishes. They don't smother them too much, like the way that a lot of people smother, Italian American food. And they're also incredibly ingredient driven there. I mean, I can like remember the first time that I did an antipasta platter there where I actually got like their roasted peppers. And I was like, oh my God, these are fucking real. I mean,
so good.
Sue roasts her own peppers at home and we make sauce out of them and, whatever. But like these guys use really good fucking roasted peppers. And that's basically what it is about everything that they fucking do. It's not just bury everything in cheese and sauce and, and the kids will like it, but, the grown-ups, no, this is serious food. Every time I've ever been in D'Agostino's, like every time there's been a casino executive at the table over from me or, an executive chef from a really responsible place. They're really, really industry connected. I see George Maloof in there, like that kind of deal. So they're a great restaurant. They don't get a lot of attention. I think we did get enough people to recommend them to add them to Neon Feast.
Yes.
So I think we're going to be putting them on there. I'm super excited about that. But yeah, congrats to them on the opening.
Where else?
Where else have I eaten? Holstein.
I got to eat through you this week, so tell me all the things.
Well, I was down in the Arts District, and I decided to grab a burger at Holstein's. So that's interesting because I was never a smash burger guy.
Okay.
Like I wanted like a steak burger, a big, juicy, put as many over the top, truffles and some foie gras, and pile it high. I was really of that Hubert Keller burger bar generation of hamburger guys. Yep. And then, now everybody makes smash burgers, and I've gotten really used to eating smash burgers, and I've been eating a lot of really, really fucking good smash burgers. And, last week I had not only Hard Hat Lounge and Stay Tuned, but I also had a good smash burger over at 1228 Main, right? And, and then the ones that they're going to be doing at Dan, it's probably passed by now, but the pop-up at Durango Social Club, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I've been eating a lot of smash burgers, so I really wanted to get like more of a steak burger, more of a big burger in me. So I went there, checked it out. I ordered their classic, which is really their gold standard burger, they call it. It has aged goat cheddar, smoked bacon, tomato confit, chive aioli, baby arugula. There no fries come with that. It's a la carte. That's fine. It was a huge fucking burger. I did not need the fries with it. I didn't even finish the burger. I would say maybe they need a bun that holds up a little better to everything that they're doing. That would be my own. And it's not even the top bun. It's the bottom bun. You ever have that situation where your bottom bun's completely fucking gone?
I hate it when my bottom's
gone.
And
then you got to roll. You got to fold it in half like it's a fucking bun taco or something, man, or just be a pig like I do. But the point of it is, it was a really, really good burger. And those little things, they do matter, man. Putting baby arugula on a fucking hamburger may seem like a small fucking thing, but that peppery bite that it has is so far removed from any kind of lettuce you're ever going to put on it, right? And I just bring that up as like a small example because that's really what they do. That's what the smash burger world doesn't really do. The smash burger around is sloppy and messy and but it's basically your fucking basics. If they weren't making it at a fast food restaurant in 1978, most smash burger places are not adding it to a burger, right? You're not getting foie gras truffles. You could do all that shit at Holstein's. I really like the way that the place is set up in the Arts District. I think it feels more normal to have that restaurant in the Arts District than it ever did in the Cosmopolitan.
Right.
So I'm happy for them there. Another place. It's so weird, man. I walk into restaurants these days and fucking young kids working everywhere, and they're always like, "Have you ever been here before?" I'm like, I was eating this burger in the Cosmopolitan when you were going to fucking kindergarten, right? I'm just so old, nobody knows me. Like, I know the owners of all these fucking restaurants, right? But I come in like the old man, they got to give me the thing. But really good service. They were really nice. And nobody knew who the fuck I was, which is generally a positive thing for me. That makes me a lot happier. I can eat what I want. I don't have to worry about somebody going, oh, you didn't finish that, you know? So had a great meal. And I do recommend going to Holstein's. Of course, you know, y'all know Main Street is, you know, ground zero of the arts district. We tend to get sucked into going our favorite places, right? Like, I'm always in Soul Belly. I'm always in 1228 Main. I'm always in Soul Belly for the music and the booze and maybe some side dishes. I'm always in 1228 Main for a happy hour. I go there for special occasion meals. I'm always in Good Pie. I was there again this week. I brought some home from it. But I'd never go to Holstein's. And it's relatively new, but I think it's worth it. And of course, Palate's down there. We like Palate. There's a million places that we fucking love. But I've been trying to figure out whether Holstein's really should be put on the Arts District list in Neon Feast. Now, nobody's recommended it, so it's not going there anytime soon. But, you know, we always have new surveys coming out. I do feel like it's a pretty good, if it was only an Al Mancini dish list, I think it would be a good recommendation.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a good addition to that neighborhood.
We'll have
They
to
do
pick
some
the
really
brains.
cool stuff. So, I don't know. If any of y'all like it, tell me, give me a quote on it. Maybe we'll add them somewhere down the line. To Neon Feast. I gotta lick my finger. I can't get this. I can't get this paper.
Scripts.
Sue and I were looking for a place just to chill out. We always stay close to home on those occasions. Maybe want to order, you know, one halfway decent whiskey or an old fashioned or whatever Sue wants to get her night started off. You know? So we went to the Bel Air Lounge.
Okay.
Right, which of course is in the Durango Resort. I like the vibe there. Also makes me feel old in there. Old and like way poorer than a lot of young hot people are, right? Because there's just fabulous motherfuckers all over.
I know, and it's
kind of
it's like they didn't gild the lily or anything, but it's kind of glitzy and all kinds of light shining off of everything. And during the day, if you still have sunlight, you actually get actual sunlight there. And at night, everything just sort of shines. Yeah,
and they open up those doors. It opens up out onto the pool. You know, Durango's been getting a lot of attention. Maybe it's just on my social media feeds from people that are tracking, what's his name? Fucking rich motherfucker beating people up. You know who I'm talking about. UFC. Fucking UFC king of the world. UFC guy.
Oh, Dana White?
Dana White, yeah, okay. Sorry, Dana, don't punch me in the fucking face. A lot of videos of him gambling there have been coming across my feed. There's like always, I don't know if it's like Vegas Pauly G's following him around or, you know, whoever, but there's a lot of things and a lot of stories I see of Dana White, like, you know, $1 million on the line at fucking things. And I think it's at Durango all the time. And I'm realizing that neighborhood, both Durango and Red Rock, especially with that Dana White UFC connection that they've always had and the time that they had the Palms, right? Like, which of course Station doesn't own anymore, but, you know, it was very cool hang out. Really, all the beautiful people from the west side of town, all the athletes' wives, the athletes' kids, the casino bosses, more importantly, their kids, right? Like that is, Bel Air Lounge is a big hot spot for them to hang out. Of course, a lot of conventioneers and shit like that trying to get laid, which is so much fun to listen to, or the bro conversations that Sue was overhearing about guys bragging about their conquests. Like, it's just a fun motherfucking place to go. So I'm going to recommend you go to Bel Air Lounge. I had a good time. And if everything I said sounds horrible, then don't fucking go there. But it's really fun for me. We did some Mediterranean chicken, really fucking good, actually. Okay. Very, very tender, very well seasoned, and some spicy tuna on crispy rice, right? Nice. Yeah, it's a lounge menu.
Absolutely.
But it's a good spot to go. Sunday brunch at Nudo, Nudo Italiano.
Okay.
And most of the people who listen to this podcast are publicists, I feel like, so they're going to be able to relate to this. I thought I was on the list to go to Nudo Italiano for brunch this past weekend, right? And I've been talking to Sue about it like all week, and I'm like, oh yeah,
So it's definitely something that sunk in. It's been on your
in my brain that we're going to Nudo Italiano, right? We're talking about it. So the night before, she's like, hey, Al, what time are we going to Nudo Italiano tomorrow? I'm like, I don't know. Let me check my calendar. If it's not in my fucking calendar, I'm old, I'm senile, I fucking, forget that shit. I did a lot of drugs in my day. The memory is just not fucking there. So I look, and I'm like, it's not on here for tomorrow. And then I'm looking, I'm like, It was on here for last weekend, but I know that I've emailed them since last weekend. Nobody was mad at me, right? And I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going, right? Like, I'll pay for my own meal if I'm not on the guest list. Not a big deal. But, I feel bad. So I'm emailing people and they're home over the weekend like, hey, am I on your list for Nudo Italiano? Nobody's getting back to me. God bless you people. Don't answer your emails on weekends. You shouldn't. So I'm happy.
So
it's
amazing.
not a complaint. Not a complaint. Not a complaint. But I went over there. Michael, Jenna Morton were both there.
Oh, cool.
They both just gotten off a flight. Jenna Morton looking like fabulous for a person who just got off a flight.
I ran into her at Picnic
right?
in the Alley and got to catch up with her. It was really nice.
Yeah, so that was great. William DeMarco in the kitchen. So we had some great food. No, nobody thought I had never, ever, ever confirmed for anything at this restaurant, by the way. I just blow. Had a nice carbonara breakfast pizza.
Okay.
Which was really good. I enjoyed that. Sue had an acai bowl, or however the fuck you pronounce those, basically those slushies made out of berries that are really just sugar that people tell themselves are good, healthy. But this was actually a really good one. It wasn't heavy on the ice. It was actually a bed of the ice and then a lot of fruit.
Okay.
Really done well. So I think a little healthier than most. I never even try to pretend to be healthy, so French toast bread pudding for Al with peaches. Peaches are probably lower half of my favorite fruits, but these were really, really good. Dug them. The bread pudding, just fucking great, man. These guys, they don't play around over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a good time. And
that's awesome.
Nudo Italiano, another neighborhood sort of like where we are right now, that for years and years and years, there was never anything in Southern Highlands. Right? Like, there's Spaghetti Western, and it does its own thing,
I love
and a lot of people
Western.
like it. But, and I do. I like it. I couldn't get in
Coop's
there.
amazing, so
Coop's
how can you not love it?
I made the mistake of calling Coop and saying, hey, man, can you get a seat at the bar for the Knights game tonight? He's like, well, I can kick people out, but you do know it's Thursday Night Football, and I think the Raiders are playing.
Yeah.
Never mind, man. Never mind. I did not know that. Okay. Anyway, so I digress. This is Nudo Italiano. Great place for Southern Highlands. We know the Mortons make great restaurants, so that is, and by the way, I always like to give people these little history lessons because, only the old people like me know this shit and we'll be dead soon. So,
oh my God.
The Mortons, who we were just talking about, so Michael and Jenna Morton, that is Michael Morton is Artie Morton from Mortons of Chicago and the Playboy Club. It's his son.
Yep.
He's the brother of Peter Morton, who founded the Hard Rock, the uncle of Harry Morton, who created the Pink Taco. He is a founder of the Nine Group, which created all of the cool shit at the Palms. So this is a family that knows fucking restaurants. And if you can get them to open a little Italian joint in your neighborhood in the middle of fucking nowhere, probably, it's Southern Highlands is nice, but it's not, centrally located, then you should definitely take advantage of it because it's great and they've got a great team. So I would highly recommend you head over there. That's about it for this week.
Oh, wow. Well, coming up, we've got a happy hour report on the Arts District and, of course, the news. This is Food and Loathing. And sitting down with us now, we have Anthony Jameson. Most of you know him from the Sand Dollar clubs. There's two, I think, now.
The lounges.
The lounges.
Sand Dollar
yes.
lounges.
With live music.
Only one lounge.
And then there's Dollar Downtown, right? Sand Dollar
okay.
Downtown? Yes.
Dollar Downtown. But you just heard his voice, this Anthony Jameson. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us to La Casa de, I'm going to say Juliette, because we talked about the naming from your grandmother. I love that.
After your grandmother, right?
Yes.
And her name was Juliette, so every time I say Juliette, I'm just being like an obnoxious honky trying to sound cool.
Her name is Julia.
Oh, okay.
She's Hispanic, clearly, but all my culinary training is in French, so I figured we'll use the French spelling to kind of blend the two worlds.
Oh, okay.
Well, that I like that because I, as a refresher and as an introduction for people who may not have been introduced to you yet, tell us a little bit about how you came up with this place. What the drive was. Why it just seems like such a drive away from like the lounge aspect, and you've got pizza and cocktails and things like that.
I think a lot of people only know you as a guy who really helped bring a certain level of live music back to Las Vegas, right? A type of music that wasn't being played in Las Vegas. But you have a restaurant background, of course.
Yeah, my whole life was in restaurants. The bar only came about so we could make money to buy a restaurant. Me and Nate come from pretty humble beginnings, so we were broke. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to open a restaurant, but opening a bar is a lot cheaper. So, and purchasing a bar was even cheaper than that. So that's how we started.
And then how did La Casa come about?
We were shopping a location in the Arts District, actually, for something else. After months of back and forth and this and that, for lack of a better word, the landlord cock-blocked us and killed the deal at the last
Damn.
the finish line. Yes.
Boo.
Yeah.
Very defeating. And so the real estate guy said, you should come look at this building up in the north. And obviously our first response was, fuck that.
Right? Right.
I live like...
Well, believe me, that was one of my questions. How the hell did you pick up here originally?
I live 3 minutes from any one of my things, my bank, my store, my bars. So leaving my neighborhood wasn't ideal. But then we saw the building, and it's, like you said earlier, this strip malls everywhere. There's not really a building that looks like this in town.
No, this is I remember coming here when this used to be Letitia's restaurant, and I don't think it was as built up around here. It kind of felt, I think, back in those days, like quiet. It has a vibe like the District, for example.
Yeah.
When you go to one like the District at Green Valley Ranch, like those walkable, like faux cobblestone streets and that kind of stuff. And it's got a nice vibe. It's just now a lot has built up around it.
Yeah, I mean they knew that going in. The street's called Norman Rockwell Lane, so they took a picture and made it a shopping center.
Cool.
And so you have a French cooking background.
Yeah.
Why Mexican?
Well, because of my grandma Julie, I grew up eating Mexican probably 4 or 5 days a week, depending on if I was at my mom's house or my dad's house. My stepmom is Hispanic, so if she wasn't babysitting me, my grandma was babysitting me, and that's what we ate.
Yeah.
So that was just a natural fit. But this was a Mexican restaurant for 15 years between the different owners that were here, and obviously that's the gap in the market up here. There wouldn't be another Mexican restaurant if we didn't open it. So,
right.
I mean, there's one across the street, but it's not the style that we're
not on your level.
Right. So your menu does focus on Mexican cuisine. Is it regional? Do you have like city-driven things? Are there things from your childhood that you just really wanted to make your own?
It's not regional at all. Honestly, I mean, Mexican was always going to be the core of the menu because everyone likes tacos. So I actually didn't want the word Mexican restaurant in the logo or anything. Yeah. But I was outvoted. That's just better for marketing. I wanted more of a Latin kitchen where we just celebrate those ingredients.
Okay.
When I was a cook at Eiffel Tower, the saucier was like my specialty. So like soups, sauces. That's so immediately when I took the reins, I went straight to pozole and had a talk with my girls in the back and said, "This is how we're going to be doing pozole going forward." And
well, my wife is a big pozole person. I don't think we ever go to a Mexican restaurant without Sue ordering pozole, and she likes yours quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when you had it last, but it's improved drastically.
No time to get my ass back in here.
I think so.
So there's something about Mexican cuisine in Las Vegas that, I've been here 25 years, right? Yeah. And I don't know that the story has changed all that much other than a few places like this, which is we always had really, really good hole-in-the-wall taquerias, right? Like that were allegedly authentic. I don't know. I'm doing the air quotes for authentic because where have all of us traveled in Mexico? How many regions have we seen, right? Yeah. But the small, casual places always did well. It was the sit-down places that never really seemed like what you're doing here, which is it could be a night out, it could be a date night, or it could be a night out with the family. It could be either of those. Those Mexican restaurants never tended to click in Las Vegas. So did you see that as a need to kind of reach a new style of Mexican food?
Well, I don't know how to say this. I'm a bougie bitch.
Okay, there you go.
I love that phrase. Me too.
I mean, I like good food, and I'm always disappointed when I go to a lot of Mexican restaurants, like sit-down ones. Like you said, you can go to the taco shops or the hole-in-the-walls, and they're great, but they're not somewhere you're going to like go celebrate your anniversary or take your family and celebrate a birthday. So we saw that gap in the market and obviously went for it. And it is just, we've all had shitty Mexican food.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not saying it's the easiest of concepts to open, but if you're going to open a French restaurant, bistro, it takes a little more training, whereas people can just open a shitty Mexican restaurant and open a can of beans.
Ugh, yes.
Well, I've spoken about it, and I'm not going to badmouth somebody just for the hell of it here because I didn't eat there recently.
Yeah.
But, there's a taco chain in town, and they have multiple locations, and they are locally based. And, I want to support them, but I get tacos there, and there's mozzarella cheese on them. And I'm just like, I don't even understand. Yeah. Like, if you like it, cool, but I don't know where that idea came from,
Americans in general have this idea of Mexican food in their head, and what that is Tex-Mex.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
What they're eating is Tex-Mex and calling it Mexican food, and it's really just like from El Paso.
Yeah.
Chimichanga, you know what I mean?
Or they lived in San Diego, and then Baja is the only type of Mexican food they know.
Exactly, yeah. So that's a struggle. I mean, if we had opened in the Arts District, I think maybe we would have less explaining to do.
Mm-hmm.
Up here, they haven't had a restaurant to speak of, maybe in ever.
Yeah.
With ingredient-driven, chef-driven items.
Chef-driven for sure. So there, it's fucking chains everywhere up here, fast food drive-thrus. So just fighting the good fight. We're not going to stop cooking from scratch just because you don't understand it.
Are they not? Are you getting the authenticity bullshit, right? Which is like, oh, this isn't how I had it the one time I went to Cancun on my honeymoon or something.
Yeah, 100%. That happens with everything in restaurants, though. Especially if you're doing comfort food, where they've had 20 versions of it, or their grandma made it this way, or their friend made it that way, and you're like, It's you've probably seen the interview with the guy from Oasis. Like, the customer doesn't know what the fuck they want. Like, fuck the consumer. You do what you're passionate about, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, then there's another restaurant down the street.
I'm really glad you said that, because I am kind of tired of being told by TikTok and it's not just social media, but just in general, what we're supposed to like, especially when it comes to food. Yeah. And, the customer's always right. I hear that so often anymore. And the first thing I tell anybody that asks me where they want to eat and drink, first thing I ask them is, what's your favorite food? What do you like to eat and drink? My recommendations mean shit if you don't like it. Yeah. So why would you put somebody in a position of something that they're not going to enjoy it?
I don't think, though, I'm agreeing with you 1,000% on that, but I don't think we can blame the TikTokers for that, because there have been arrogant fucking restaurant critics who tell people that that what the critic likes is the only good kind of fucking food out there, and if you don't like it, you're too stupid to listen to me. That's been around for decades.
I'm talking about those that say, well, this is authentic, and it uses that fake voice, and it says because they met a chef in whatever city.
Upspeak?
Yeah,
you're gonna really like this one,
and it really pushes stuff on you and says, if you don't eat here, you're not eating authentic. And it's like, are you sure? Because
I saw what do you call it, influencer talk about a place. This is so authentic, this is Mexican food, and the very first dish they show is an egg roll.
Oh my God.
An egg roll?
Al's face, gentlemen and ladies, if you could see it right now.
A fucking egg roll.
I'm sure it's fucking awesome, but
was it a Mexican egg roll? I hope at least it was stuff like I've had Southwestern egg rolls, I guess, right? Like
just don't be yapping out there that it's the most authentic Mexican restaurant in town, because there's people that
But here's
don't
the
know
thing,
better.
and by the way, my influencer friends, I don't have a ton that I consider good friends, but I have a lot that are eating companions,
Absolutely.
right? And by all means, tell me I'm a fucking idiot if I'm wrong here, but it strikes me that they're using whatever words the fucking client tells them to use, because most of them are hired, aren't they? Like, if your client pays you to make it.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it does feel like it often.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, like, I don't have anything against that, but I just really, when I watch influencer produced videos, I view them as watching really, really incredibly well-produced commercials, right? Like, and so I'm like, okay, you guys made a great commercial, and I happen to like a few of you. I think you do, are better than others and have better taste, but let's be honest, most people are reporting on their clients, aren't they? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe I'm just too old.
Yeah.
There's good and bad in every field.
Oh, sure.
And Like I have a gag order. I'm not allowed to talk about influencers anymore.
Oh, that's awesome. You can whisper in my ear and I can talk about it, man.
I'm blacklisted in that community, but Nate handles those because he's the nice guy.
I mean, I like the influencers. I really, really do. I just I haven't seen they don't have it. They never. It seems that they never had a separation of church and state, right?
No.
Between like knowing who pays you and knowing what you write about. Like in major newspapers, you'd be killed if the people in the sales department at the RJ told me like, hey, we just got a new client and you may want to talk about them. Like we both would have been fired. Like that's just how things work. And I feel like this generation just didn't grow up like that.
No.
And maybe that division doesn't work anymore. Maybe that's an olden days shit. There's a lot of shit about democracy that I used to think worked. But apparently it doesn't anymore. So maybe that is another one of them, man. I'm just too old for it.
I mean, the price of entry's cheap. Anyone with a phone can start doing it. So like they build the following.
Yeah.
They're 16-year-old friends. And next thing you know, they got 50 million followers by the time they're 20, and they don't know shit about anything. They're just making trash videos. But
man,
hopefully they get paid.
I started my life out wrong.
I don't know, man.
I'm teasing. I love my life. I'm good.
I'm just hating because they probably make more than we do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they definitely
Absolutely.
make more than we make by far. And but I've come to the conclusion I don't begrudge people who make more money than me because I never really tried that fucking hard. I work really hard.
You do
but
work
I've never
hard.
ever really tried to go someplace
Right.
because there's money in that, right? Like as you can tell by the way I live my life. That's why I have to pal around with rich people like you.
Well,
back to the food.
Yeah, back to the food. But bringing up that authenticity thing and bringing up the style of, it's not necessarily what the customer wants. It's what we want to put out there and what we think the neighborhood can tolerate. And I know it's even more nuanced than that. Do you find yourself in a place of like education? Have you been are you able to like share new stuff with people or teach people about something new that they thought they knew what a Mexican restaurant was?
I kind of leave that to Chase. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Chase is very good at customer relations.
By the way, I want to describe Anthony sitting here with his arms crossed for this entire interview.
I just make the shit and I put it out, and then it's up to Chase to explain it.
Oh man.
Well,
No, I mean,
Please.
I lose sleep over, you got to listen to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We can't be putting out fucking caviar bumps in Centennial Hills on Wednesday.
Right.
So, I think all of us as a group got a little too excited when we opened, and we all came from the Strip, and we
Pushing it to a new level.
pushed too high.
Yeah.
Maybe the food IQ wasn't at the level, and price point wasn't at the level. And we listened to people, and we brought down the prices.
Absolutely.
And even if like we had a lobster, $85. You just see that, and then the alarm's going off. This place is fucking expensive.
Yeah, exactly,
And
man.
we're-
It's
I get
those
it.
trigger points on a menu that make people just go, "Oh, look at this!" Right?
Yeah, and we're like, you don't have to order that expensive one.
Nobody's making.
But
you
we
eat a
have one
lobster.
for you if you want it.
Yeah, I mean the margarita's $10, man. Tell me where you're finding another one. But they,
your margaritas
they just
are
saw
so
the
good.
$85 lobster, and they're like, "Fuck these guys."
Yeah.
These fucking guys from the Strip trying to rape us.
You always had great. The center of your menu was always kind of like taco platters, and I think it still is. You have at least one taco platter on there, right? And that's kind of if I remember correctly from dining here, that was very geared towards families and price-conscious diners, right?
100%. We just we don't like getting cold tacos, so when you plate the taco, by the time it's been handled, plated, waited to be delivered, now you got a cold taco. So we wanted, just like I would have eaten as a kid with my grandma, there's a thing of tortillas on the table. You make your own taco.
Yeah.
Just like I eat at my fucking house.
Yeah,
Like when I don't
absolutely.
have a restaurant to go to, tacos is a go-to in the Mancini house. And it's like, just everything's on the coffee table. We don't have a kitchen table. We eat at the coffee table. And then you just build them,
Well, and for those listening and you want to look it up, it's the Mexico City platter. And it is so worth it. I mean, Justin Randall, who got mad at me at Picnic in the Alley.
Yeah. What's that bitch's problem
What's that
now?
bitch's problem now? He said I was trying to kill him.
Does he like it here?
Yeah,
Is that where
yeah,
we're
we've
going
been
with
here
that?
a few
He likes it?
times.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so we've had groups eat that, and you get to choose 2 proteins. You get all, like Anthony and you were saying, family style. It's at home, so you get all of this wonderful stuff, and then you can build the flavors and they all go really well together. So, I mean, it's one of my favorites, especially if you have a group of people.
Yeah.
Because you can choose a couple of different things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm looking on here trying to figure out some things that had always surprised me. Like you have vampiros on here, right? Like I mean, granted you can get them maybe at like Tacos El Gordo or someplace, but I don't know of many sit-down restaurants that do a good vampiro.
And good is the operative word here.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't know of any restaurants. That's why we did it.
Yeah, I
Really?
think that's fantastic.
Tell people what a vampiro is, by the way.
Vampiro is a late night snack, basically a late night taco for industry people.
There you go. I love it.
When you go to the taco truck at 1 a.m., all the tortillas that were kind of forgotten about and dehydrated and crispy, they pile on all the leftover and serve it to the bartenders and the cooks that just got off. So it was kind of a cult underground thing.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Well, so much about, starting with the Sand Dollar, the original Sand Dollar Lounge, you guys have always been catered to chefs as they get off work, wait staff, people that work in restaurants have always been drawn to your establishments, but they tended to be closer to the Strip. Do you get people coming here that work on the Strip that live out in Centennial Hills that come out after work?
Not as many as we'd like. My closest friends are like, fucking bro, it's too far. And my friends just like to drink a lot. So, you come drive 20 miles out, you can only drink so much before you got to drive back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a learning curve for us. So, yeah.
Well, I want to ask you a little bit, you'd mentioned it already, and I had mentioned, there have been some, changes to the menu. You sort of streamlined it a little bit is what we were saying. You're actually in the kitchen now.
Yeah.
What is that like?
Back where it all started.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a chef as a kid. And I went to culinary school and I worked at Eiffel Tower for 13 years. But I, long time ago, decided I don't want to be a chef anymore. I want to own the restaurant. I want to paint the whole picture. So, I mean, you don't forget it when you did it for so long.
Yeah.
So, we got put in a situation where we needed a chef, and I just told the guys I'll do it myself. And then they were like, are you sure? You're not what you once were, kind of thing. And I was like, trust me, I got it. A lot of what being a chef is so much more than just cooking. And I would cook every day of my life because that's what I like doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a hobby that I would do regardless of what I was doing as a profession. So that's the easy part. But the purchasing, the hiring, the training, all the other things that what a chef does, I already do as a bar owner, except for maybe dealing with drunk people. This is a lot less drunk customers here.
Yeah, I think a lot less drunk people. Yeah, definitely. And the hours are a little different. How late do you open here?
9 p.m.
Is that weird for you to go home at 9 p.m.? Or do you go to all the other venues after you leave here?
No, I mean, I'm not getting home at 9 p.m., but it's very strange.
A dish here, and I still think it may be one of the cooler dishes that you can get for like under $15 or $16 in Las Vegas, is your street corn, your esquite.
Oh,
and
so
then
good.
You can add that fresh bone marrow to that. Could you tell people about that?
Oh my God.
I can't take credit for the idea. Gary, before we had a chef and we had a deadline to take over this lease, we didn't have a chef, so we were like, Gary,
Chef Gary Lamort of
you're
House
hired.
Hospitality.
He has his team of chefs, so I hired them for a consultant fee to help us get rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So we would make the deadline. And one of the chefs that he had on his team was in Mexico, and they're talking about these two guys selling esquites. One had a line all day, and the other one had no line. So the other guy was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So he waited in the line, and when he got up there, the guy had a giant vat of esquites with bone marrows floating.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
And so that was the inspiration for this dish.
Damn.
I might just sit here until dinner starts.
That's a great dish, man. And a lot of people who may be a little intimidated by bone marrow, because when you got to kind of scrape the gelatinous stuff and spread it on your toast, some people get freaked out by that, right? But to be able to scrape it out, you get all that fun, you get all that Instagrammable time of you being Fred fucking Flintstone and scraping the marrow out of a bone, but then you mix it in with the street corn, so you're getting all the richness, you're getting all the delicious flavor, but you're not getting hit directly directly with that gelatinous marrow texture that is a little tough for some people.
Yeah.
And that's anyone who likes corn likes it with butter.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So when they're a little weird about it, you just tell them it's just like folding butter in, and then they kind of more accepting to it.
Yeah.
And then you got a new friend.
Any other favorite? Well, you didn't mention any. I'm mentioning some of my favorites. But do you have favorite menu items or signature items that you think people need to try when they get here?
The duck sope, for sure. I mean, that was my first addition to the menu. Duck itself isn't a common thing you're going to find in a lot of chain or standard Mexican restaurants, although it is commonly used in Mexico. But I had to use my French background and make the best duck I could. So we were making duck confit the French way, and it was listed and it didn't sell. I changed the word to duck carnitas, and
There you go.
There you go.
we're selling like 40 pounds a week.
All about the fucking language,
I love
man.
it.
It's all about the language.
I love it so
But yeah,
much.
it's a 3-day process before it gets to your plate. So
Wow.
That's amazing.
So what's your target price point for this restaurant? Because I do think price is very important to people who are in the burbs. And, the reason they're not going to the Strip or maybe downtown or wherever is because they're price conscious.
yeah, what's my target or
Now,
what it is?
what's your check average? What should people expect to spend when they're coming here? They want to have a decent meal. They're not going to buy the lobster, right? But they want to have a good meal. How much should they plan on spending?
If they get to $50 a head, they would be above average.
Okay.
We hover around $40 a person, which for this style of food, I feel like is the bargain.
I think it's fantastic because, just going back to the platter, but also other dishes. When you have stuff like that, you can create your own family style meal. And like I said, I've done that multiple times, and everybody gets to try. Maybe they're trying something new, or maybe it's their favorite, and they just have to have it. I don't think we've ever really spent more than that. Not including our drinks.
Yeah, you'd have to drink it. You couldn't eat it.
Yeah.
The food is.
But you're still talking $10 margaritas, right? Or how much are your margaritas?
I think they're at 12 currently.
That's still, my
Still
gosh.
pretty amazing. I'm looking at your tequila collection over there. You're a barman as well. So tell people what to expect on the spirits front when they come here.
We don't have the biggest collection of anything, but we have the most curated collection of tequila and mezcals. Same at Sandollar. We really curate the whiskey selection. I'm not trying to have 400 cues, but I want to have 100 good ones.
Right. What's your favorite tequila on the list?
G4.
Okay.
Sure. Just G4 Blanco is amazing.
Okay, cool.
And tell us a little bit. So, everybody knows or should know that the Sandollar does holidays like almost nobody else. You just transitioned from Halloween to Christmas?
On Sunday, this Sunday.
On this Sunday? Okay.
We do it here tomorrow morning.
Okay. So are there specials on the menu for the holidays? Are you releasing a new menu?
Here?
Yep.
At the restaurant? The cocktail menu will be revamped completely.
Okay.
And it might be the best cocktail menu we've ever done anywhere. Chase is just really talented, and
cool.
We've been making Christmas cocktails that were someone else's recipe for so long that he's like, I'm gonna fuck this up.
Yeah.
So they're amazing.
We talk about this, you and I, every year about the holiday things, right? Yep. But just say you kind of invented the Vegas Christmas theme party.
Yep.
I mean, I know that, a Miracle on ... was something that was being done in other cities,
but
and you
brought it
to Las Vegas. It made it Miracle on Spring Mountain. That first year, Vegas had never seen anything fucking like it. And by like the third or fourth year, there were about 25 fucking people doing Christmas pop-up bars.
Yeah. And none of them doing it well. No.
But you're no longer doing Miracle, though? Are you doing your own? Huh?
We still have Miracle.
Okay, so you still do their cocktail. You had said doing other people's cocktails.
Yeah, you have. It's like a franchise.
Right, that's what I was, I guess, wondering about.
You don't get to create the cocktail, so that's always been like a thorn in our side. We want to make the drinks.
Cool.
So we're going to do it here.
Okay. Doing it all in the Mexican joint. Anything else we got to ask before we wrap this thing?
I think we've got a lot of info. So remind us your hours, if there's happy hour.
not necessarily happy hour, but we're doing a lunch special Thursday through Sunday. It's $21, 2 courses, and all the margaritas are $8. So
There you go.
you're getting
Beautiful.
you're getting out the door under $30.
Yeah.
Nothing better than cheap booze at lunch. Dangerous. Oh, man. Well, that's cool. Thanks so much for your time, man. Thanks for having us here today. I really appreciate it.
Coming up next, we have the happy hour report and the news. This is Food and Loathing.
Need a restaurant recommendation? Then you need Neon Feast, the most convenient, most comprehensive, and most trustworthy collection of Las Vegas restaurant recommendations on the internet. Veteran food journalist Al Mancini, whom you might remember from, listening to this podcast, asked the city's top chefs, restaurateurs, critics, journalists, and influencers for their favorite spots in more than 100 categories. Why take the advice of an anonymous online wannabe or a paid influencer? Neon Feast will tell you where people in the industry send their family and friends for a great date night, to watch a big game, or get a taste of Old Vegas. Looking for a great steakhouse? You want a great burger? Maybe a little caviar? Need a place in Summerlin South, the Arts District, or Seven Hills? Las Vegas brings the neon. Local foodies provide the feast at neonfeast.com or the Neon Feast mobile app.
That time of week for the happy hour report, because, in Las Vegas, you could drink 24 hours a day, but not all 24 of those are happy. Sometimes you got to pay full price for everything. Luckily, we have Andrew Morgan and happyhourvegas.com who goes out there. He scours out the happy hour deals, places where you can try someplace new, eat something new, not break the bank, get a little buzz, and, pretty much not break the bank. I'm going to throw that out there again. Andrew, welcome back.
Thanks, man. And not only not break the bank, try something new. And there is a plethora. Last count, 478 happy hours that we're tracking on Happy Hour Vegas.
Wow. So there's probably a happy hour within a quarter mile of your home, wherever you are right now.
Within spitting distance, and definitely more than enough happy hours for every day of the year. But hey, this week I was in Arts District, one of my favorite places. I find myself there more and more often, but for good reason, because there's always something new or updated menu and stuff like that. I found Sin Sin Brew House and Seafood. You been there?
Sin Sin Brew House and Seafood, yes. As a matter of fact, they used to have a really good oyster deal one day a week.
They still do, and it's on happy hour. And here I am bragging about, all these great oyster happy hours a couple weeks ago when oyster season blasted off. And here we are, oysters, 99 cents, at Sin Sin. So they've got an amazing happy hour, Tuesday to Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., 99-cent oysters, $6 hand rolls, a huge selection of craft beers. It is a brewery, so it's amazing beers there, and the vibe is awesome.
Yeah, and they're a great place if you're doing the brewery tour of Main Street, basically, because you could do one in downtown Las Vegas. They are on, I should tell you, the other side of Charleston from where most places are. So you've got to be on the north side of Charleston for them, but it's a really cool place. Great chefs from a lot of good restaurants in there, and yeah, they've knocked me on my ass. I'm trying to think of it. I bought a really giant Nigerian prawn in there one time that was fucking amazing. And yeah, man, that is a really, really good place. You drink any of the beers?
I did. I had a double dry nitro and $6. I mean, on a happy hour, that's can't go wrong with that one. But they got a whole, 401 Citrus Blonde. They got a Bach, that Everyday Mild. They got Sapporo, House Sake. All $6. So again, this is a seafood place, Arts District, brewery. That's funky, and that's awesome. It's a great happy hour, man.
Happy hour every day, and are the oysters every day? I'm a little confused. I probably wasn't paying close enough attention.
Oysters on the happy hour menu, and happy hour is Tuesday to Friday, 2 to 6 p.m.
Great. And anything else for us this week that's really cool that people should be checking out?
Also in the Arts District. This one really tickled my vinyl, fetish that I have. Like, I'm a big audiophile, and of course, happy hour file. So, Echo. Happy hour. Have you been to Echo? Have you seen that?
Dude, I was at Echo today before we recorded this, okay?
So there you go. Then you got fresh eyes on that one. But look, as well as you. It's, all about the sound and the taste, right? It's like this vinyl kind of basement-y kind of vibe to it that just, it's all about community and stuff like that. It's a really fucking great place.
And the thing you need to know about Echo Taste and Sound is it is in the Arts District. It is on Main Street. I believe it's in that Colorado building. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. But it is Chef Natalie Young. Chef Natalie Young was one of the first destination breakfast spots in downtown Las Vegas when Tony Hsieh was doing his renovation. She was one of the first downtown project. It was called Eat. It did incredibly well for her. She got frustrated by the construction. That's a whole other story we could talk about another time. But yes, Natalie is fantastic. And by the time we play this, people probably last week will have heard my interview with her because she's also a really, really fantastic person for the community. She loves to help out. She's doing $5 chicken soups during the SNAP benefits and all kinds of stuff. So she's a fantastic person. Echo's a wild spot because it's not really a restaurant first. It is a listening studio first. And if you are an audiophile, man, they have more Macintosh amplifiers in that building than in any other building in the country, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Macintosh, being the audiophile. I have my eyes on one, the newest one. It's like $10,000, so that's going to be put on the Christmas list for like 2028. But no, this place is great. And look,
and what's their happy hour all about?
Oh, so again, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 to 7, and they've got cocktails. I love the Paloma, $10, and top shelf stuff all the way. They got beers for $5, so you're all good. Papas Bravas, that was an amazing thing. Smashed fried potatoes, salsa brava, garlic aioli, Parmesan cheese, and chives. $6, man. So when you're listening and chilling, good sounds, you got some good flavors and great cocktails, and like you just said, Natalie, she's an amazing person. She's supporting the community. There's no reason why you shouldn't be going down there.
No, I walked in the middle of the afternoon and the place was closed. She and I had to have a conversation. The fucking Stones were on the sound system, man.
There you go. I love that.
And thank you, Andrew, for the happy hour report. Hey, I'm looking at this. I know, Gemini, we just talked about what I was going to do, and now I'm just going way the fuck off script for the hell of it. Did I mention that there was a big party at Boa last week?
I heard about it.
Yeah, I didn't make it there, but I want to give them a shout out.
Yeah.
Like, they gave me a great invitation, and I love the team at Boa Steakhouse. I see them out and about at other places sometimes. It's a cool restaurant. Having it back in Vegas is really cool. I was driving down the Strip last Friday.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday party, and I think it was at like the Venetian Palazzo, right?
Sure.
And Saturday party, and I decided I was going to, on Friday, I simply decided to drive from downtown to Paris, Las Vegas.
Oh, God.
And oh my God, fucking F1.
Oh.
F1 traffic, F1 traffic, F1 traffic. So I called the people who had invited me to the Boa party, and I was like, I'm so sorry. This is an A-list party. I really appreciate being invited, but there's no fucking way that I'm dealing with that traffic, because the year before, Buddy V had a birthday party the week before, and I showed up like 90 plus minutes late because I stuck in traffic, right? So I hope that the party went really, really well for everybody at Boa, but I do want to throw it out there that they are now open. They're in operation. They're back in Las Vegas, and they were kind enough to invite me to a party that I didn't go to, so they're good people. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hope you do really, really, really well. Okay, back to other stuff. The Las Vegas Pizza Festival returns to the industrial event space this Saturday, November 15th. This Saturday is not November 15th, is it?
Apparently it is. Today's the 11th.
Today's the 11th?
As we record.
How the fuck does that happen? November?
Yeah. We're halfway through November.
Jesus Christ, man. I haven't even started
I'm so
writing
not ready for that.
2025 on anything yet. Okay, anyways, this Saturday is November 15th, and hurry the fuck up. It's the Las Vegas Pizza Festival industrial event space. This is great. We have a great local pizza community. I'm glad to see some of the mainstream media people finally starting to catch on to it. It's great. This is a good event to go to. I think they kicked John Curtis out last year, so that's always a funny thing to watch. I'm going to get there early and see if I could see him getting kicked out this year. No, I hope you get in, John. I really do. I already summoned you once in this episode, so I don't want to say Beetlejuice's name too many times, man.
My God.
Anyway, you know what? They've got their tier 3 tickets. They're the most expensive ones for the people who waited till the last minute, but you can still get them at Vegas
you can
Pizza
still get
Fest.
them.
$92 for basic, $157 for VIP. Add the open bar package for $52 extra bucks. So check that out. It's pizza. Who the fuck doesn't like pizza?
Seriously.
Okay. DePars in the SunCoast has reopened after renovations. I know everybody's excited about those pancakes. I spoke to the SunCoast's Pearl Brecia, and she told me all about it.
We were closed for several months. We went down to construction on July 20th, so this summer, and we moved our operation over to 9090, where it operated as a diner and a gastropub 24/7. So we just reopened last night at 9 p.m. and we were not mistaken in thinking that this place was going to be a mob house. This morning was very busy. We just now started getting a little bit of free tables, but we were pretty full for most of the morning, the breakfast and brunch hours.
Before we talk about the renovations, can you remind people what DuPars is? Because we've had a couple locations here in Vegas for DuPars. Most people who are really get excited about this place know it from Los Angeles, though.
Yes, so it's definitely a California brand. It's got the American fare from the 1930s. That's what our old decor was, or the aesthetic was very traditional diner 1930s. And then with this rendition, because we are changing the SunCoast to a whole new experience, it's modern, very today, on trend, we decided to modernize the restaurant, but kept its traditional diner feel with the photos and a lot of the woodwork that you see here. The dark burgundy is what's keeping the diner ties with the new aesthetic.
Yeah, and I love the photos, looking around. I have to say, everybody working in the old DuPars in these photos looks like they're a nurse or something with the uniform they have on.
The diner from the 1930s, that was their uniform. These photos are from back then, from the California DuPars restaurants.
Very cool.
Yes.
So tell me about the renovations. Is it the same size? How has the look changed? And then maybe how has the menu changed?
The size of the restaurant itself is the same. So the thing that you're seeing that's different is literally just the aesthetic, the decor, the design, the color scheme. As far as the menu, we have expanded it. We've refreshed it with adding a traditional open-faced tri-tip sandwich. The lock sandwich is also new, but we kept some of its originals like the French dip. And of course, the typical BLT and Reuben sandwiches are still here. Tiny's Patties Melt has been around since 1932 on the menu, so we have no plans on removing that one.
And I'm assuming the pancakes?
And then the pancakes, of course. So we are actually offering an all-you-can-eat $9.99 pancake feature at the moment for the first 30 days. Our general manager, Rick Goldstein, said, let's just let them have the pancakes because they were very missed. Everyone talked about how they missed the pancakes. So we put a feature out, $9.99, all-you-can-eat pancakes for the first 30 days, so come try them. The recipe is interesting for those. It takes a very long process to create the pancake. It's a 24-hour resting period for the dough. And they separate the egg yolk from the dough. They let it sit, and then at the end, when the dough's been completed with resting, they introduce the yolk back in, and then that's how you get the famous DuPars pancakes. That's what the restaurant truly is famous for.
Wow, very exciting. So what are your hours here? When can people come in?
24/7. So it doesn't matter when you're hungry, when you want to come and get your traditional fare or even try some of our new things. You're open 24/7. We are actually introducing alcoholic beverages for the first time. Oh, yeah. We have mimosa flights, and we also have your traditional cocktails and, of course, wine and beer for everyone that's over 21.
And Wednesday, November 26th, will be the final day of service at Ada's Tivoli Village location.
I miss it. I'm going to miss it.
That's happening already?
Yeah.
Thank God I'm here for a while. Oh, my God. Yeah, and that's the day before Thanksgiving. They'll be doing special Friendsgiving service from 4 to 8 that day with varied wine offerings, chef's choice of share plates, and all kinds of merriment.
That was in quotes, all kinds of merriment.
All kinds of merriment.
I wish I knew what they had planned, but I wanted to see them be merry.
I've been to an Ada's party. I could handle what they'd pull out of their hats for that stuff. You guys would love it. Ada's will reopen on California Street in the Arts District sometime in December. Wow, that's a fast turnaround.
Yeah.
I love it. Getting the one ready, goodness. All right. Bourbon and Blues returns to the Posh Legacy Club atop Circa on Saturday, December 6th. We spoke to Circa's VIP services manager, Oceana Clemens, about that.
This is one of our classic events that we've hosted. It's around the NFR time of year, so we sample out a lot of high-end bourbons from different brands and offer tray passed light bites and a blues band playing the entire time. So it's perfect for the bourbon lover or if you're new to bourbon and you want to learn more about it.
How early do these events sell out? Because, a lot of times I just like to put this up last minute and say, hey, get your tickets now. But I feel like these tend to sell out pretty early.
They do. Our tasting events do sell out pretty early. Legacy Club is a craft cocktail lounge, and we offer the highest end type of spirits. So it's definitely the one that people look out for to try.
Okay, so what's the price of ticket? Where can people get them?
Tickets are $125. You could get them online at the Circa website under the Legacy Club tab.
Can you run down some of the bourbon producers that'll be represented? Do you have that information by any chance?
Yeah, we have Whistle Pig, Gold Bar Bourbon, Horse Soldier, Heaven Hill, Old Forester, and Woodford Reserve, just to name a few.
Are you still curious about F1 but don't have a ticket? What if you could get a great French meal from a famous chef with a great view of the course? The team at Eiffel Tower still has some seats left for their dinners all 3 nights. That's practice, qualifying, and the race itself. And Chef Jean Joho will be there. Al spoke to...
That was me.
That's you.
That's me.
I'm just going to go for it. Al
Just
spoke
keep
to their
going.
director of operations, Lyle Tolhurst, about it.
We're a big restaurant, and you're right. We do sit right over the strip where we look directly at the track. There's no better perch.
So what are the offerings that you guys are doing? Is it going to be one prefix menu for everybody, or is it going to be an a la carte off the main menu?
We want to keep it as open and as flexible as possible. So when you book a table, that table is yours for the entire evening. We're bracketing the entire race time-wise, as well as the practices. And you can come in, sit down, have a cocktail, enjoy the views and the racing. If you want to walk outside and hear it, smell it, feel it, you're welcome to do that and come back up. Your table will still be there. The menu is a preset menu, but there's choices amongst it. We've cherry-picked the best items from our menu, and you can go from there.
Cool. So how many courses? What are some of the highlights? And then I realize the prices are going to be different days, but could you kind of run down what it'll cost people? I know, or just the general range, because we do realize window seats are going to be more expensive than non-window seats. The prime seats are going to be a little more expensive than that. So just give me a general range. How big is the menu? Generally, what's on the menu? What are some highlights? And then what's the price range?
It's a 3-course menu, and again, you have choices. Our lobster bisque will be there. There'll be scallops, there'll be foie gras, there'll be our wonderful beef Wellington. So a lot of great choices. Price-wise, starting at $125, I think, on Thursday. And absolutely, if you want premium seating, that is more. You can see it all on our website. It's all listed out there, EiffelTowerRestaurant.com. Even if you don't have a window seat, we're keeping space open so there's still windows and room to mingle and see the activities. But if you need to be on that window, yes, there's an opportunity to do that.
This obviously isn't the first year of F1, so you've seen what it's like to witness these cars go down Las Vegas Boulevard directly in front of your restaurant. What's the vibe like here, whether it's a practice or a race night?
It's just plain pure exhilarating. There's excitement, the sound, the motion. You see the sparks coming up from the cars as they bottom out in certain parts of the strip. And we're right on the main drag. We're right on the highest speed. They come through here over 200 miles an hour. Wow. You don't get to see that every day.
Another big part of race weekend is all the big chefs who come in over the course of the year, but they're all generally here on race weekend because it is just one of the biggest weekends in Vegas. So are we going to see Chef Jean-Jo here?
Chef Joho is here very often, more than just once or twice a year. He will be here all 3 days for the race, yes. Cool. And he'll be mingling and shaking hands and meeting people.
And
I got to say,
please.
The Thursday night deals there, really, really fucking
That's
good,
awesome.
man. So it's worth it. The truth of the matter is the biggest problem, and they'll be the first to say it, although I don't know, maybe they don't want me to say it, but I'm warning everybody. It's a great spot. I love Eiffel Tower. I love everything about it. I love the team there. I fucking love the views. You got, and they're going to have spots where you can watch, and it's fantastic. But hopefully you're already on the Strip.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is best for people who are already on the Strip because you got to still get inside that circle.
Right.
Right? Like, inside the course.
Right.
They're on the inside of the course. Which is an
yeah.
amazing place to be.
Yeah.
It's a hard place to get to that weekend.
Yeah, I love so many things down there, but I'm not one of the people that either gets invited or can afford the tickets to the F1.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just avoid the area. I hate to say that, guys, but yeah,
But this is a great fucking deal.
That is a great deal because
a great deal.
Well, and that to me sounds amazing because you have this beautiful overhead view of everything while you're eating a great meal.
Yeah.
So in that regard, yeah, sign up. And with can't even speak today. Sorry, guys. With Thanksgiving coming up, were any of you stupid enough to volunteer to cook?
And then you finally said, I don't want to cook?
Pretty much.
Because I know, like, you would love to cook, right?
So I got a text this morning with exactly that. Hey, I'm doing a Thanksgiving thing and you guys are involved, but I know you generally like to do your own thing. I'm like, not this year. You'll probably see us. So yes, this is up my alley. Or maybe you just had a significant other volunteer and you're not happy about that?
Yeah,
I mean,
know,
there's
I
so
love
many
that.
reasons that you've got yourself stuck and need to
Like
get
when
out.
somebody says, hey, we're cooking Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Lots of restaurants do takeout and Thanksgiving, and we are hoping we can put together a few of them for next week. We did get a quick message from our friends at Big B's Barbecue, so we're going to throw this out there right now. Both Big B's locations are offering group dinner packages. They're priced between $75 for a pack that feeds 4 to 5, and all the way up to an $815 pack that will serve between 50 and 55.
Who the hell has that many friends?
Have you been to a party at my house?
I don't have that many friends by any stretch of the imagination, man.
You get your choice of meats, and they come with sides, bread, and sauces, and you can add baby back ribs to any package for $30 a slab. That's a steal. The best part, they are taking reservations through Saturday, September 22nd.
Yeah, man. Place your order now. Bring it
Oh,
home.
yeah.
Tell your friends that you barbecued it up. Tell them that you build a fucking smoke pit in the backyard or something. And if they don't
Everybody
like it,
doesn't have a smoke pit
they
in their
still have to
backyard?
thank you because it's Thanksgiving, you know? That's the beauty of it.
That's right.
That's about it for this week, man. Quick reminder, you can find this podcast along with all the latest Las Vegas dining news at foodandloathing.vegas. We currently have stories up there, even right on the front page, most of these, about the guest chefs coming to Dan Cromer's Durango Social Club, about Wino's new JW Marriott location, the new Amador Cochina Fina. And you were supposed to go there, but you had to cancel, didn't you?
I was sick.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
Sadly,
sad.
yeah, I have to go. I have to make a new reservation and go for sure.
Well, you can read about it at
Yes.
foodandloathing.vegas. We've got an up-close personal conversation with Basilico's chef Joe Valdez. Also, man, this is where you find Bob Barnes' weekly roundup of dining and entertainment news. This week, you're going to get info on a paella party at Jaleo, hosted by Chef Jose Andres, a pasta-making workshop at Bottiglia, the last wine dinner of the year at Grapevine Cafe, the opening of Bizarre Meat in the Palazzo, Hakkasan's Peking Duck menu, Ellis Family Holiday Eggnog. Oh, it's eggnog season. Forgot about that. Lazy Dog Restaurants, Everything But the Turkey. What? Golden, yeah, okay, I don't know what that is, but they're doing, Bob knows, so read his article. Golden Hour hockey specials at Proper Eats, free subs at Chiba Hut. Stoner getting free subs. That
Right?
sounds fun. And Bob's pick of the week this week, Andori Asian Kitchen. You can also hear me on Highway Drive Radio, watch me occasionally on the CW's ARC show, and read my work at Las Vegas Advisor. Gemini, you publishing anywhere these days?
Oh, I think I'm going to have some stuff up on foodandloathing.vegas pretty soon because we've got some holidays coming up. So I'm going to get some heads together and make some lists and talk about all of that stuff. And, yeah, we've got a few people we need to sit down with, I think.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
huge thanks, man, to our hosts this week. Anthony, the man, thank you so much for having us in, brother. To all of our guests, Andrew Morgan, Dan and Donny Thompson, also to Brandy Thompson. We didn't speak to her this week, but we love her. So, hey, Brandy. Lyle Tolhurst, Oceana Clemens, Pearl Brecia. I'm Al Mancini. I'm sitting here with Gemini Stevens on behalf of the one and only Rich Johnson, hoping that you eat well, you avoid F1 traffic, and you always stay hungry.